Hello, garden buddies. Welcome to another episode of Gardener on a Mission with me, Tony, the Tiny Gardener. You can see there I've got laid out 5 sunflowers that we're going to plant today. That's what today's video is going to be, planting these 5 Sunseeker Tequila Sunrise Coneflowers, they're called. Story behind these are, I believe they're grown by Terra Nova Nurseries. I believe. I may be wrong. But it's part of the Sunseeker series. And this variety is called Tequila Sunrise. You can see the different colors in it. But you can also see that we're still dealing with weeds. And my weeds are just, my health is just getting me. So the weeds are getting so bad that I was getting overwhelmed about it. And that was making it more difficult. And just a few minutes ago, I had an epiphany. Or I remembered an old adage. I'm sure everybody's heard this adage. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And what I've been doing with each bed, with these beds, is completely wanting to get the bed completely weeded and then mulched. But this is a pretty good sized bed, and you can see the weeds. So it was overwhelming. It was messing with my head. So I started figuring out, I came up with that, I remembered that adage, and I thought, that's what I'll do. I'll do a little section at a time. And I've got these flowers, these coneflowers. Hey guys, how's it going? Hi. Neighbors going for a walk. I actually picked these up, believe it or not, at a local grocery store. 1 gallon plants for $8, $7.99. And I thought, you know what? Those would be $20 to $30 in a nursery or local nurseries, and I liked them, so I got them. I'm putting them here in this area where I had put, as I've mentioned before this year, I'm not being a very good plant parent. You can see I almost let one of them die already, so I cut it back. And that's another trick. When you've got a plant that you don't get around to planting and it starts dying on you like this, it's best to cut it back to the green and cut it back small so that the plant can put its energy in the root system and not try to bring this stuff back to life. And it works better for the plant. Hopefully we can get that one going. I'm going to plant it here where I put these. I'm going to put these here where I had put, I don't know if you can see that tag there, but my big kahuna coneflowers that I bought from the online Bluestone perennials when they had a sale on them, half price. And I bought them, and then back to me not being a good plant parent, they sat there before, and I think I've let all of them die before I got them in the ground. There's 5 of them, $8. There's $40. Hopefully, this one here, looks like there's a little bit of green on it. This one looks like there might be. So I'm hoping that the roots are still alive on those and that they will come up. Now, if they do, then obviously they're going to be too close to this, and I'll have to do some transplanting. But for now, this is where we're going to put these. And then I'm going to put preen down and mulch this area right here, 1 bite at a time. And I usually have the holes dug. In my videos last year, I'd have them dug before. And then all you guys had to do is watch me stick stuff in the hole and put the biotone starter fertilizer and do a little weeding as we go too. You can see I've got a wheelbarrow load of mulch back there behind me. So we'll get that down here when I get these done. And then get the mulch down, and that's where we'll go from here. Hopefully this video doesn't become too long. But again, these are coneflower that I picked up at a local grocery store, and I'll leave them a little high. You know, plant them high, they won't die. Plant them low, they won't grow. Plus, I'm going to be putting some mulch down here. So there's one in the ground. I hope you guys hope you're doing a lot better than I am, actually. Hope I wouldn't wish it any of it. This health is making me fight the weeds. I'm fighting the deer. I'm losing most battles. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It is what it is. You know, it's part of the challenges. The Japanese beetles are eating my dahlias that survived the Northeast Ohio winter. Now the flowers are coming out and the Japanese beetles are eating them. So another one of the challenges in Northeast Ohio in gardening. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Right? Gotta love it. A lot of roots. Something there. Okay, there you have. They're in the ground. And there's also a little foxglove, baby foxglove over here that I noticed. For anybody that's, I'm sure most of you gardeners know this, but for those people who are just starting and don't know, foxglove is what's called a biennial plant. And what that means is the first year it's just the plant growing. Second year it will flower. And after it flowers, that plant that flowered dies. So they're just 2 years. But if you'll let those seeds sit and let them sit and sprinkle around your garden, because in those stalks of flowers, there's millions of seeds. That's how you get them to come back year after year. They won't come back, but once they flower, they die. So the plant itself won't come back. It has to have some little ones start. All right, there we have those 5 in the ground. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you noticed there's, here's a dead part of that. I'm going to take that out, deadhead that, take that off. Here's one here. So it doesn't, so the plant's not putting energy into that part, trying to bring it back. So that's what we're doing here. We're just cutting this part that I've been a bad daddy and let die. And we'll let it, give it a fighting chance now. So there's those 5 in the ground. All right. Now, what I'm going to finish doing in this video is we're going to finish this little area right here, as I said, one bite at a time. So we're going to put some preen down. This is pre-emergent. I don't like using chemicals. I stay away from chemicals, but I've got to get ahead of these weeds, guys. I've got to. So hopefully this will help me with any new weeds germinating and coming up in this little area. And then we'll go from there. But again, coneflower, part of the Sunseeker series. This variety is called Tequila Sunrise. So there you have it. Got to get a little more mulch. I don't typically use these dyed mulches because I don't want to put that, I still don't like to have that seep into my soil. So I don't typically get these dyed. I usually just get, what I normally get is natural triple shredded hardwood mulch, just triple shredded. This year you can see I'm getting double shredded, and I'm doing it because I didn't get any mulch on this bed last year, and you can see the weeds have taken over. So I've got to get a handle on the weeds. So I'm putting down this double shredded. Hopefully that'll be a bigger barrier, or better barrier, I should say, to the weeds. And then in future years, it won't be such a chore to do the weeding and stuff in each bed. But the story behind this black mulch is I have a neighbor a few houses up from me and he has a truck and a trailer that'll hold 2 yards of mulch. So he volunteered his trailer, his services, and his truck and his time to help get me a couple yards of mulch at a time. So this was the first trip we went and got, and this is what, like I said, I don't typically use the dyes, but this is what he got. And I don't typically go where he goes. I usually go to a different place. Doesn't matter. It's half a dozen, 1/6 the other. They're about the same. I think they're exactly the same price. That's not the issue. That's a little further, and I usually don't go there. But that's where he goes. So since he was volunteering his services, his time, his truck, his trailer, well, the cool thing for me to do would be to go where he goes and get what he gets, at least the first time anyway. I think when we go get some more, I'll just go to the same place. I'll just get the natural double shredded for this year, and then hopefully next year I'll be able to go back to my triple shredded. I also have a subscriber who keeps telling me that she gets cedar mulch. So I've got to find out if she gets that by the bag or by the bulk. And if she gets it by the bag, in the future years, I may start doing that, because I'm hoping that cedar will run off the Japanese beetles, because they're eating my pretty dahlia flowers that survived the Northeast Ohio winter. Not supposed to, but they did. And then they got to deal with the beetles eating the flowers. All right, that's where we are. I'm going to finish up and get another load of mulch. I think I've got enough up there for a little bit more to cover this rest of this. But that's where we are with this video. And thank you for watching. Happy gardening. Arrivederci.